Jose, you got that stand for the phone?
Here,
Thing.
you guys know the vibe. Like, share. We're just gonna do our little thing, Sunday morning mix. Go over some parlays, some fantasy news, some games, people in and out, cuts, some speakers, and stuff like that. You guys got any fantasy questions or anything like that while you're watching? Any parlay questions? The parlay master himself is on here, sponsored by FanDuel himself over here.
Yes, sir.
Get your question now, because there's no better person to ask. But yeah, it's Isaac, Abdul, and myself. More people might hop on as we go.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, we'll just get rocking.
What's good?
So,
Appreciate y'all 420 boys for having me on here.
yes, sir, you know it, bro. So I'm gonna start. Like, I have a little list already. I'm gonna start with people that are in and out in fantasy, just notable names. The notable outs I have is Zach Wilson's out, but he's most likely to be cleared by next week. Taysom Hill is out. Christian Watson is still unlikely to play, so the Packers are pretty much left with just A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, as we were talking about pre-show, Abdul. And Jacoby Myers is out. So,
real quick, I just seen, because it's touching on what you were just talking about, Packers. Left tackle Bakhtiari, active for the first time since December 2020.
Oh wow, he's back.
that's huge for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's
very, very big.
what's up. The Bucks receiver group. What is it looking like today?
Godwin and Evans out. Obviously, Evans is rightfully suspended for a game. CG is out, being precautionary with the hamstring. It's not an ACL. He re-aggravated or anything like that, for anybody that's wondering. Just a little hamstring thing. It's like a Bucks tradition for wideouts. Everybody got to miss a game. Julio, Evans, Gabe, they all had hamstring injuries, but Julio's questionable. I think he's going to be a game-time decision. I'd be shocked if he played because we did call up Cole Beasley, and he's not amazing, but, I mean, if you're calling him up and we just got him off the street, that doesn't say good things for the other receivers we have. Donovan Smith, our left tackle, is out as well. He was hyperextended elbow. He's still out. Our center's still out. So, got a long list of injuries.
They got that Johnson receiver. He's pretty dope. Like,
Tyler Johnson. When that caught the pass in the playoff game, we released him. He didn't make the team. I think he got claimed by somebody off of waivers.
What?
They chose to keep Scotty Miller, bro.
What?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw you guys cut him. I saw Julio's a game time decision.
Y'all cut him and Serial Grayson?
Because Tyler Johnson, he was a great college receiver who was productive, but NFL-wise, he was only an average athlete. He can catch contested passes and stuff like that, but when you come to camp overweight and shit, and you're not the best athlete, and you can't create separation and shit, I liked him as a player, but they gave up on him.
He wasn't handling his business off the field, what it sounds like.
Yeah, he didn't take it as seriously as he needed to. You know what I'm saying? If we weren't in win now mode, he would have stayed, but we got rid of him. It's going to be a rushing game.
A rushing game with the Bucks and Green Bay. I mean, yeah. But at the same time, it's Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. They're going to air it out depending. Who they're receiving.
Bucks defense like that.
And it's going to be a matter of who can hit that play action and get that big play downfield. So y'all know how it's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, if you got any of the running backs in this game in your fantasy lineups, they need to start.
It might be another game like.
I'd start A.J. Dillon. I'd start Aaron Jones. I'd start Lenny. And other than that, I can't see myself starting a wideout in that game. Not even Lazard, unless I was desperate.
I'd start tight ends before the receivers.
I might start Tunyon. Tunyon might be a start
Tunyon is a start.
If I'm having tight end problems.
A lot of play action, tight ends are going to be involved.
Yeah. Notable ends though, we got Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is back. He should be in your lineup if you have him.
That's big.
J.K. Dobbins will play, and they're saying he will not be limited. So J.K. Dobbins might be the RB1 in Baltimore again.
Now, real quick, Shane, because just stay on this. Would you guys start him? Because I have him, and I'm not starting him until I see him. But
J.K. Dobbins?
I
wouldn't start him either.
If you're forced to start a running back and your running backs are hurt or something like that, like say you had what's his name from the 49ers that got banged up and you weren't able to go pick up Jeff Wilson, well, if you have J.K. Dobbins on your roster, well, now you're lit. You know what I mean? Or
now, if you have both, who would you start? Because that's a good little Jeff Wilson or J.K. Dobbins.
I would go Jeff Wilson just because you saw what he could do.
Agreed.
He's putting up at least 11 points. You know what I
Who's
mean?
Baltimore playing?
Who's Baltimore playing?
Patriots.
Patriots. And that's a stout
We
defense.
always got a good run defense, so it's not like. Yeah, I wouldn't start
Right.
Jay.
All right, just trying to get a feeling how you guys felt about JK. I definitely just need to see it first. I believe in the player, but I got to
Yeah.
see him out there.
I agree with you. Well, I would have to see that first.
Yeah.
And you know how the
Oh, Shane, I didn't know you could do this.
Yeah, I can actually.
Ooh, crafty boy.
I can
You
go
know
up
how
to
I like that.
too, they'll always use 2 to 3 running backs. Like
Agreed, right. And then San Fran, they're down to Jeff Wilson as the only running back on their roster from when they started the year right now.
what?
So,
Still?
yeah. I mean, Elijah Mitchell got hurt, and then the third string got hurt. Know what I'm saying? So Jeff Wilson is the only one there. The other two, I think they came from the practice squad.
They let fucking Mostert go.
Exactly. They regret that for sure.
I know Shanahan punching himself in the head right now.
Right.
So I can play with that.
Who are the other ends though, Shane? My fault for cutting you off. I like to get on guys when I hear their name.
No, absolutely. Justin Herbert should play. I mean, he's testing pregame what he feels like, but he's probably going to shoot himself up.
Allen.
What?
Keenan Allen. I know he was questionable. I need
Keenan Allen's going to play. I had him.
Yes.
I had him in my actually sits for receivers because every time Keenan Allen has a hamstring injury and he plays, he's normally taken out by the first quarter. So I don't know. That's kind of something you could stream. I mean, if you're forced to start him, you got to start him. But at the same time, I just think there's safer options out there than Keenan Allen.
Why though? Last week, Keenan went down, so I picked up their Josh Palmer dude, and he put up some numbers.
Josh Palmer's legit.
He's all right, but Isaac, I want to parlay off of that last touchdown he scored at the end of the game. I want to parlay off that, son. So I'm saying he did have a decent game, but if he doesn't score that last touchdown, it might look a little different.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Right, you're right.
And then to go with that, Jameis Winston's supposed to play, which I think y'all should just put Andy Dalton and let Jameis Winston chill.
I agree, bro. But
Lenny's in. He had an injury designation going through the week. I don't really know what it was, but he's playing. Jerry Jeudy is questionable, but he's a game time decision, and it looks like he's leaning towards playing. He had an ankle injury. James Conner is another one that's a big RB1 that's supposed to be playing. He's another game time decision, but leaning towards playing. And the last one I have on here is Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons might not play. Which is going to be the Cowboys, not really fantasy implications unless you guys play dynasty leagues or IDP players. I'm in IDP leagues, so Micah Parsons is an absolute freak in IDP leagues. But I have
now, real quick, Shane, because you're the Cowboys, and this is big for our 4th and 20 league. I don't have an RB2 in my spot right now. Now, I had Cole Beasley, but I came down to today and I decided I'm releasing him from my roster. I don't even feel comfortable doing that. I have Gallup to choose from, or I can sign Scotty Miller or Perriman. So I'm going to lean Scotty or Perriman unless you can tell me some information on Gallup that's going to give me optimism for Monday.
Gallup's playing.
Gallup's playing, but from what Mike McCarthy was saying is he's limited. I mean, if we're struggling and the offense is struggling to move the ball, you're going to see a lot more Michael Gallup on the field. They're going to be forced to put him in the game.
Bro,
but
he's going to play, bro.
He's probably like TD or bust this week, you think, because he's limited?
Yeah, he's TD or bust. If you have better options or you have other options, PPR options, people that are going to catch the ball, then I would go there. Michael Gallup
got suspended. Mike fucked me up. He got suspended.
Michael Gallup is a big play waiting to happen. Cooper Rush said that when he walks in the huddle, like he's such a big target, like you don't really realize it. He wasn't used to having him in the huddle, but now that he's back making plays, he practiced fully this week in pads. He went through everything, everything. He passed.
Gallup's gonna do something. Because
what I like to say about him. Talk to me.
I tried to pick him up, but you grabbed him.
Oh yeah, I had to snag him.
So I'm not gonna lie. If Noah Brown is out there, go pick up Noah Brown. That's Cooper Rush's best friend. They got drafted.
He's not out there. Or I would have snagged him already. I've been waiting, watching.
Drafted together. They practiced the last 4 years together on the second team. You know what I mean? So that's his target. They got the timing. So
it's slim pickings in that waiver. In that waivers right now. But fucking Michael Gallup, to me, he could be like one of the best number 2s in the NFL.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Michael Gallup might be our number 1 when he's healthy.
I didn't want to say it, but listen,
Gallup might be our number 1 when he's healthy. He really is, and like his rookie year, bro, and you guys know how I defend Dak Prescott, but when Dak was coming in the league, my biggest knock on Dak was he wasn't consistent with his accuracy. Bro, Michael Gallup, his rookie year, should have had 20 touchdowns. Dak overthrew him like 9 times when he would have just walked into the end zone. Michael Gallup really is different.
I don't know his personality though. Like he seems just like a quiet dude. He's not as flashy, but
He's not. That's
he's
the
getting
problem.
the job done. He's always open.
Him and CD, they don't have they're more laid back. So the problem with the Cowboys fan base, the reason why people don't believe CD's that number one, because CD's uber talented, bro. That kid is dangerous.
Yeah.
The problem is our offensive coordinator doesn't know how to scheme the ball into his hands. But he does. They don't have that alpha mentality. You know what I mean? Amari Cooper had that alpha mentality. He wanted the ball on 3rd and 4th down. He demanded it.
Amari Cooper is a professional receiver. That's what people don't understand. This guy does nothing but produce.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to be the best at anything, but damn.
So you see flashes from CD, you see flashes from Gallup, but one of them just had to take the step and be the alpha in the room. You know what I mean?
Who's gonna pick up Njoku? That man had a crazy game.
That's crazy because I actually was just looking at him in my waivers. I might go drop Dawson Knox.
Yeah, and Njoku had a crazy game.
But can we rely on that with Brissett?
I
or
know.
Is this a flash in the pan? What are we thinking?
But I mean, they was eating that Steelers defense up. I was like, damn, I was surprised.
Well, the Steelers lost the heart of their defense. So I'm not saying I expect the Steelers to fold, but it's tough without the reigning DPOY. Yeah, it's tough. You can mentally on them too. Yeah. All right, what we got next, Shane? My fault. I'm gonna
move to. I put together a little list. I was just looking at matchups. I put together starts and sits for quarterback, running back, and receivers. I didn't have time to go through the tight ends just because I woke up at 10:30. I should have made a better list, but
there's only 5 tight ends that should be starting.
Top of our list. And I also have sits for each position, and we could just talk about it. Anybody I don't name that you guys like their matchups, you can just chime in. But first, I have quarterbacks and must starts this week. Obviously, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts,
they're playing again.
Burrow, and Kyler. I mean, Lamar, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, and Mahomes should be in your lineup every week, regardless, unless it's a bye week. But
Lamar,
I like Joe Burrow against the Jets. I like the Bengals bouncing back, putting up a lot of points today. So
Sauce Gardner and Jamar.
Yo, Shane, you know who I'm coming back to this week too? And I don't have any shares of him, obviously, but if you're streaming or if you happen to have Kirk Cousins, I think now's a good time to go back to him.
Yeah, I actually have an honorable mention list right here. I have Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford, and Derek Carr.
They say Kirk Cousins he might be a sneaky MVP candidate.
Yeah, after that Monday night game though, that is.
Yeah. You know he got to respond, and the Lions can't stop anybody. So even if they don't win, he's putting up some points today. Regardless.
It's always scoring line.
Yeah. Sits. I actually have Russell Wilson. I have Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, only simply because of their receiver situations. I mean, people are going to be scared of that. I mean, they're still going to put up respectable quarterback numbers when it comes to NFL statistics, but in fantasy value, I would sit them. And I also have Tua on the bench as well. That Bills defense is just elite. I don't care who their receivers are. You know what I mean? I mean, they lost Micah Hyde, which is huge. I didn't realize that when I was doing this.
His points, bro. Trust me.
I agree with Isaac here. I don't think you got to sit to it. I'm not saying he's a must start. Like, if you got a Stafford or something you can pivot to, then go ahead. But I think they're playing from behind because I think the Bills are legit on both sides. So not necessarily because they're going to win, but even garbage time, he'll get to 22, 23 minimum.
Yeah, that Micah Hyde hit is huge, though, because he was their
green. Agreed. Yeah. That's what tipped the scale for me. Yeah, Micah Hyde.
5-14 going into the fourth, bro. They came back against the Ravens. Ravens got good defense too.
Yeah, right. You know, those defense is no joke, but those weapons, he should be able to get the ball out fairly quick.
I feel like they might lock up a little bit on Tyreek and the receivers, but Gesicki might have a big game in the running backs or some shit, you know.
But you damn near got to double both receivers. They're too fast. Like Waddle and Hill. Single coverage, I'm just going to take my chances at that point if I'm too.
Then you double them, and you got Mike Gesicki, who I think is just outside that top tier tight ends. Like, he's just outside of it.
Yeah.
Consistency is not there. But his talent level is ridiculous.
I feel like Muth is on the same, they're on the upcoming.
Steelers?
Yeah, they're on the upcoming of being there, but like you said, they don't get as much looks. Like if they were targeted as much, they'll be top dogs. Like
Yeah, I put them and like Dalton Schultz and like
yeah,
Dawson Knox and all those guys like just in that outside tier of like the unicorns. You know what I mean? The Darren Wallers, the Kittles, the Kelsey, Mark Andrews. Those four are
Right.
elite. You know what I mean? And then after that, that's where you start to get into like your Gesicki's and all that.
yeah. Fact.
Agreed. They need to take tight end away, bro.
I was about to say we only got a few great tight ends in the league now. Like
I make sure I get a top 5 or top 4 guy, but like the rest of the people in the league, that shit is nasty in fantasy, man.
Like,
If you can't get a top 5, you got to stream tight ends weekly. It has to be a weekly
or
thing.
Hawkinson, they're supposed to be top guys too. Like
Hawkinson's there, but like it's just like I don't trust Jared Goff to go to him weekly. You know what I mean? Jared Goff spreads the ball out. It's not necessarily a knock on Jared Goff. He's playing well, but he doesn't have like That's Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra's emerging as that guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown is
Mm-hmm. Breakout.
And Kyle Pitts too. He's been silent.
Kyle Pitts, yeah, he's probably that 5th guy in that unicorn list.
They said they're hitting Drake London a lot more.
But I was about to say Kyle Pitts been silent for real. He hasn't really.
He's seeing it's his 2nd year, and he's really seeing NFL brackets and double teams. You know what I mean? So he's got to learn how to adjust to it.
Started like this.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shane. A lot of people just refuse to acknowledge that with receivers and shit. Yeah, they're not gonna do what they did their rookie year and shit like that. Defenses make adjustments and shit.
Exactly.
That's why it's so important having them 2nd and 3rd weapons.
You're even seeing Jamar Chase. When Jamar Chase can't just win with his speed, you're seeing Jamar Chase have to think. So that's where you really see who's elite. Like Justin Jefferson, I don't. Justin Jefferson's that guy because he's produced all 3 and he's doing it again. You know what I mean? So.
But even what Slay did to him, I told people, like, you can tell by what Slay did that Slay is obviously a great athlete, but he's watching an insane amount of film by the way he strapped him up. I can just tell the way he got those interceptions, film, like, it was crazy, bro. Yeah, that's a whole different topic.
He knew the spot he knew the shit was going to come right there.
Exactly, right to that spot, Isaac. Exactly.
Yep.
It's crazy.
He just played it perfect. He really watched his film and he got in his ass, bro. He
took this shit personally, that matchup. I love that. That was great football.
Yep. We'll move into the next position group, which is always fun. I think running backs are always fun to talk about. But obviously you got Jonathan Taylor, Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, CMC, DeAndre Swift, Lenny, Najee Harris, Kamara. I'm starting James Robinson this week as well, and David Montgomery. I like they have favorable matchups. And then my honorable mentions, I have Cordell Patterson, PPR machine. He's going to put up numbers regardless. Jeff Wilson, who, if you don't know about the 49ers rushing attack or any of their running backs, you need to start him.
Yeah, for real.
Miles Sanders, I mean, he's kind of a touchdown or bust, but he's going to put up rushing numbers just because of the Eagles' rushing attack. And I think they're going to be up, so they're going to be playing up, so they're going to run the ball more.
I don't know. I think guys are kind of a little sleeping on Commanders a little bit. It's going to be a closer game, I think.
Yeah. And then I got the Zeke and Tony combo, whoever you really want to stream out of that. I mean, it's kind of who you trust. And then Damian Pierce and Breece Hall. I think this is Breece Hall's breakout week.
Who's it? The Jetson? Nah.
Yeah, Bengals.
Think so?
Bengals don't got a really good run defense.
Just because I saw the run lanes over here last week. You know what I mean?
Thinking alive.
Can't this kid catch too? Or do he use Michael Carter while out the backfield catching?
Michael Carter is technically the starter, but they drafted Breece Hall in the 1st round, and they drafted Michael Carter in the 2nd or 3rd round. You know what I mean? So they're trying to groom Breece Hall to be that guy. But either way, like that running back tandem is going to be good for years to come. They're both pretty damn good. So
shit, later on this week, we got to have a conversation about how these running back by committees ruin fantasy, bro, because it's nasty out here.
It is.
Where you got to start guys that get 50% snap shares and shit like that, man.
Right. And like as a Cowboys fan, I can't even tell you who to start because I don't know. My OC has no tendencies. He does weird shit every week.
It's
like you said with Miles Sanders. How the Eagles? What would they lead the league in rushing last year, or they were top 5 in rushing?
Yeah, they are.
But they don't have a startable running back.
It's because Hurts gets most of them yards.
No, I understand that, but that's fucked up. Like it doesn't make sense numbers wise how
they'll
they
give
won't have
Miles
at least
Sanders the
one
ball
that you can rely on.
Field, and then they'll hand Boston Scott the ball on the 5-yard line.
And they got Gainwell, so they split with 3 guys. Like,
but is that a flaw in fantasy too? That a guy could have like 12 carries for 80 yards and then not really have a good fantasy game? That's like damn, just because he didn't score, he didn't have a good game. I don't know.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's why
that's
I try to put like
game.
incentives into the game. Like if a guy breaks off like a 50-yard run, now they get an extra.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I try to add incentives in the fantasy. It makes it a little fun. But
And then catches too. That's why you got to watch who you draft. Yeah, you're right.
That's why I got
Yeah.
Cordell Patterson, man.
And then 6, I got Josh Jacobs, who I don't even know if he's playing because he's sick. I got Damian Harris from the Patriots sitting, Devin Singletary sitting, Cam Akers, and Chase Edmonds. And
Now with Josh Jacobs, he's a buy low for me because even though he hasn't been putting up numbers, he's still getting touches in an offense. I expect to, by the end of the season, I expect the offense to be top 10, top 12. So if he could just continue to get those touches and continue to be a little bit more efficient with them, but that's the offense being more efficient too because they just got Devontae Adams and everybody. They're going to make that work with Waller, Renfro, and all them. But as they get more efficient, so will he. And I think he could end up being like a top 15 guy.
I ain't
at
gonna
his ceiling.
lie. I said it before the season. I said that I think Jacobs his numbers is gonna dip down a lot because of all that shit. And
Right.
so far I'm sticking to it. Like I still believe he's a good back and shit, but like with all the shit they got and the play calling they do and all that shit, they be trying to get all the other guys too much involved. Like
Not for you. Like the passing numbers should be up, but I'm thinking just the offense overall, that should give him more opportunities for touchdowns.
yeah.
And he's never been like a double-digit touchdown guy, I don't think, because he's always fucking hurt. So if he can stay healthy, he should be able to get close to 10 touchdowns on this offense. And should be able to get close to 1,000 yards. Should be, but
be more in the goal line a lot more this year, like with all them receivers.
right.
So he should get them touches, get some tutties. I feel you.
But Adams is so nice around getting off that release. Like, how do you not go to him with a quick throw 1v1? So we'll see. Lenny don't got a touchdown either this season. He got robbed. Mike Evans took one against the Cowboys, and then he didn't score against the Saints, did he? We had the pick six, and on offense, Pyramid scored. Lenny has not gotten to the end zone yet somehow, but he has the catches, and that's why he's being productive.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. Receivers, I got Cooper Kupp, obviously got to start every week. Justin Jefferson, obviously got to start every week. And Stephon Diggs, obviously has to start every week. I think they're a clear-cut top 3 in fantasy right now. Then Jamar Chase, I like his matchup today. He's playing the Jets. He's going to have a rookie corner on him all game. Sauce is a dog, but at the end of the day, it's the NFL. Jamar Chase does this.
He's going to give him hell. He's giving him hell.
Yeah. So, and I think Sauce Gardner let up his first touchdown in his career last week. So, just playing in college. So, and then we got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown, like we said, is having a breakout year. That dude is a 10 target a game type of receiver, and he gets the ball in the red zone.
The top.
Yeah,
Amon-Ra, top tier shit.
I got Debo. Debo's another one. He's gonna get he's gonna get touches every week. You don't know where he's gonna get touches from. It could be the backfield, the slot, outside. So, Tyreek Hill. Alex said in the on the Facebook in the comments that Tyreek Hill has been a Buffalo killer the last 2 to 3 years, which is a fact. Tyreek Hill does do the Bills bad.
Out that safety over top.
Yeah, and Michael Hyde's not there, like we said. I like Rashad Bateman as well. I think he's emerging as the number 1 in Baltimore. You guys don't know
Mike
about
Williams.
Yeah. I like Mike Williams too. Brandon Cooks. That's another Brandon Cooks, just another receiver that just bleeds consistency and he doesn't get talked about at all. I like Christian Kirk. I think I don't know if he's worth the money he got paid, but like the targets and the value he is in fantasy, you know what I mean? They're I think he had like 14 targets last week, bro.
Hey, my boy,
crazy.
My boy Honey Badger, he got to put on some weight. He got ran over in like every game so far.
And then I got Terry McLaurin. Like Darius Slay had a great week last week, and I think Terry McLaurin is just a vet at this point. He's another guy that just bleeds consistently with subpar quarterback play. Very, very subpar quarterback play. I would like to see Terry McLaurin get more touchdowns. He doesn't really do much in the touchdown department, but he's going to give you receptions in PPR.
I got a sleeper too for the same division real quick, just because the same game too. Mm-hmm. Devontae Smith, I think, is going to be a lot better than people think he's going to be because AJ Brown already came in first couple games and commanded respect as a number 1. So now we got Goddard and Quez Watkins taking the top off the defense. Devontae Smith gets to work around the middle. pretty much uncontested with a number 2 or number 3 on him.
I
think he's gonna eat up.
He's gonna go over 100 today.
I like Michael Pittman against.
I'm not just saying today. I'm saying season long. I think Smith is
Yeah.
just gonna be like a 7 for 75 guy. Nothing crazy, but he'll give you like 13, 14 points.
He'll win. He'll help you. He'll help win you games.
Exactly, consistency.
I don't think has anybody to fuck with him in the slot today, so he should eat.
Talk to me, Shay.
I got Drake London in my honorable mentions. We were talking about that earlier. They're targeting him a lot more. I got Brandon Ayuk. I think every 49ers receiver benefits from Jimmy G being back in the offense. Let's see here.
Garrett Wilson. I think he got like 12, 14 targets last week. And if they're playing the Bengals and is Joe Flacco still there, I think he's going right back to the rookie. Not going to lie to you.
Back to the game we were just talking about, too. I got Curtis Samuel on here. They scheme ways to get him the ball into open space. So if he can somehow find the end zone, he's going to give you a 15 to 18 point outing. You know what I mean?
He used to kill the Bucs when he was with the Panthers, when he was healthy.
Hey, MT scoring.
I have MT on
CMC?
here.
Oh, Michael Thomas.
I got DK Metcalf sitting, though. I'm sitting DK Metcalf this week. I'm sitting.
Hold on. Isaac, you say he's getting 2?
I say he got 3 tutties in 2 games.
Oh, I thought you said he's getting 2 today. I was gonna say, let me know if you really believe in that shit. That might be a little bet.
One.
I got him on one of my fantasy teams, yo. I'm so unbiased. I don't care. I'll scoop anybody up. I don't give a fuck about rivalries or nothing like that.
But two notable names I would sit today though too is Keenan Allen and Jerry Jeudy. Just because Jerry Judy's coming off a ankle sprain, Keenan Allen has the hamstring issue. If you have other options, I would start.
Right, and that makes Sutton a definite must start if you didn't know that already for some reason. He might be top 5 this week.
And then going into the list I have for the sleepers, I got Jared Goff, Marcus Mariota, Tyler Algier, running back from the Falcons. I don't know if you guys know much about him, but he's getting a lot more touches. And I just read that he's going to –
BYU kid, right?
I don't know where he's from. I think he might actually be from BYU.
Yeah, he's nice. 25.
Yeah, I got Greg Dortch. You guys know Greg Dortch, a receiver from the Cardinals. He's been going crazy. With Hopkins suspended, Rondell Moore's out again. Zach Ertz is questionable. He's dealing with hamstring issues, but he's going to play. So Greg Dortch.
AJ Green is ancient.
Yeah, and Greg Dortch been getting a shit ton of targets. So Zamir White, we don't know about Josh Jacobs playing, so Zamir White might be waiver pickup if you have running back problems. I got Noah Brown on here and Nelson Aguilar. Jacoby Myers isn't playing, so Nelson Aguilar's going to see a lot of volume in the offense. So
it's funny. I was about to mention Hunter Henry as like a sleeper tight end if somebody needs to stream one. Mm-hmm. He had a bad game last week, but without Myers there, middle of the field.
Yo, didn't they have that other tight end, the Jonnu Smith dude and shit?
Jonnu Smith. I think they still got both.
Yeah, because I was about to say
they run a lot of 2 tight end sets though.
Yeah, here they had them 2 tight ends, him and Hunter Henry. They was going crazy. They're quiet this year.
Right, which means, and you know, Bill Belichick always likes to keep the tight ends involved. So
yeah,
I think they'll be involved today.
Bro, you know, Sean dropped Dak. I just got Dak stashed on my IR for when he comes back.
See, now that's the fucked up part of my league. My commissioner did me a solid, and he told everybody nobody could pick him up because the guy's getting surgery. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to put him in the IR just because. You know what I'm saying he's not technically in the IR, but he's not playing games, bro. Shane, I don't know how you did that. You swindled whoever that was.
Sean dropped him, bro. I'm just scrolling through the waivers.
You should have said something and tried to work it out. I don't know, reach out, something, anything. But.
He was sitting right next to me when he dropped him. He was watching the game. He watched the game when he got hurt, and he was like, "Yep, I'm dropping him." I was like, "Bet he's going in my IR."
Yeah, some of the people I'm seeing dropped is like, damn, people is giving up way too early on these guys.
Word,
you got to stay patient.
You got to remember, it's 17 games too now, yo.
Yeah.
He's already He just started, he's not long tossing or actually really throwing the football, but he has grip on the football. He just had surgery a week ago. He already has grip on the ball. So.
Oh, and Shane, a sleeper too, and this might be biased because I have him, but Carson Wentz against the Eagles. Yep. I just think they're going to be playing from behind, and they're at home, right? They're at home. So They've been putting up points, and I think the Eagles are going to put up points too. So I wouldn't be surprised, even in a loss, if Wentz puts up a decent
And
game.
that's those games where he feels he got to get it. Like so.
Right.
I think it
He's
benefits
going to be
him
trying.
to not have to go into his first game against Philly in Philly. If it was in Philly, I think they would have gave Wentz hell. So, and Wentz isn't playing bad. Like statistically, he's a top 5 quarterback right now.
Washington's home.
3 weeks.
Washington's home.
Washington's home, yeah. But we can move.
Let's do a pickup.
We already did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you missed that show. You got to get on the Wednesday, yo.
Oh, okay. That's Wednesday, John.
Yeah, or just send your pick'ems to Sean so he can the list. Just send them to Sean, or when Sean gets there, give him to Sean, and he could add you to because he's the one keeping track of that.
Okay, bet.
But Abdul, we'll move into your little segment here, sports bets, because it's getting. What time is it? 12:15. So we'll run through some of the stuff we like, and then we'll call it.
I don't even know if you guys can still see me, but I got to see the bet slip.
No, you're good. Your screen goes black. It's kind of like a FaceTime, but we can still hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Shout out my boy.
Damn.
Shout out him.
There's no way for you to go into like FanDuel on your computer or anything, is there?
I could do it. Yeah, hold on. Let me see real quick.
Because I don't want to just verbally say it and then, or can I send you a screenshot or something? Like, how could I most efficiently do this?
I could probably log in on my computer and then screen share. Just gotta build the plane while it's in there real quick.
Because I just want to give them 2 parlays. I'm saying one little 5 or 6 leg one with like money line in there, and then I did one with just props as well.
Yeah, just gotta log in. I've never logged in on my computer. Just give me a sec.
You don't even gotta log in, to be honest. You could probably just make it from that screen. I don't know. I could send this shit to you. It's up to you.
All right. So it won't let me share the screen because it's a betting site.
Yeah, makes sense.
But
all right, this one is easy. All right, boom. This is a 6-leg parlay. First leg gonna be Joe Mixon, anytime touchdown. Then we got Cincinnati Bengals money line against the Jets. Then it's a win margin, Buffalo Bills by 1-13 against the Miami Dolphins. I'm taking New Orleans Saints minus 2.5 against the Panthers. And we got Raiders money line and Eagles money line. So simple 6-leg parlay. If I send you a screenshot, could you put that up or not?
I might be able to, yeah.
If you can decide, at least I verbally said it, but I just want them to see it. So maybe they could just like pause the video if they want to try to put it in. I don't know.
Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me on Facebook Messenger, quick.
I just sent it through. And I want to get your opinion on these props. Let me see. All right, I got Chase Edmonds over 2.5 receptions against the Bills.
Hell yeah.
Chris Olave, 40+ yards against the Panthers.
Okay.
Receiving. JT over 15.5 receiving against the Chiefs. Adam Thielen over 3.5 receptions versus the Lions. And Jamar Chase to get 100 yards. Chase is obviously the most, ambitious one. At 100 yards, just predicting somebody like that. But the other ones I feel like are easily achievable.
Yeah. That's a good one, to be honest.
You see this?
I'm telling you, if they would have hit Olave last week, bro, he should have had over 100 yards against us.
If he wasn't overthrowing them.
Right. He would have cooked us up last week. So all those opportunities he's had, if he catches in on just 2-3 of them, he's going to easily get to that number. Sure.
Can you see that?
Beautiful. There we go.
Let me just adjust my screen so I can see both screens and operate both.
And I'm not going to share my unit size, how much I'm betting. I just want everybody to feel comfortable, bet whatever they want to bet, whatever you could afford to lose. You know what I'm saying? Don't be doing no irresponsible stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that one, just money line and spread, and then I got one with the props as well. So those two, throw them in there. Hope for the best.
So you got
This is
Joe
valid.
Mixon, anytime touchdown score, Bengals money line. Bills by 1 to 13 points, win margin. New Orleans Saints, negative 2.5 spread. And you got the Raiders money line and Eagles money line.
So the Saints just got to win by a field goal. Money line is obviously just teams to win. Joe Mixon got to get in that end zone. And the Bills got to win the game by 1 to 13 points. I think the Dolphins keep it close enough, though. I
Fuck
think that's
yeah.
going to be a good game.
I like that. All right, 1 second. Let me just do this. Then we'll pull up this other one.
You said the Bills just got to win by what, 2?
1 to 13. So they got to win by 1 point, and the most they can win by is 13. Anything
Word.
in between is cool. But if they blow them out by 14, it's chalk.
Nah, that sounds about right.
But when it's division games, I love that 1 to 13.
I think it'll be a 1-possession game.
Yeah, me too. If anything, maybe the Bills win by 10. I don't know. We'll see. Dolphins could even win. I don't know. That's going to be a close one.
I know.
I
I
like the way they look.
think people are sleeping on them. They could probably win.
It's the first slate of games. 1 o'clock games, interesting.
You're
yeah.
right. Noli's on 1 o'clock, too. So that's real nice. You'll know if you cash that by the end of these games, bro. But yeah, Chase Edmonds, I'm just figuring Dolphins are playing from behind at some point, and he stays involved. 2.5 receptions, 3 catches, not too crazy for him. Olave, we touched on.
Right. Nah,
And JT, I think the Colts are going to be playing from behind, and JT's not going to leave the field, but they're not going to continue to just run the ball. So I figure he'll get at least like 4 catches, maybe 30 yards.
I think you're seeing
Nothing too
JT
crazy.
and Derrick Henry take a hit because their teams aren't as talented as they normally are. So they're
Agreed.
playing from behind a lot.
That's true. I got him in one of my leagues too.
Right. So they're not going to get the rushing yards you want. I see Derrick Henry getting more involved in the passing game just because they don't really have nobody to throw to like that.
But
You gotta
still
Derrick Henry ball in
study-
different ways. They can't just run downhill no more.
he's gonna get them touchdowns, though, most definitely.
And then we watched on primetime the Vikings get embarrassed by the Eagles. Thielen didn't touch the ball to the 4th quarter. I think Cousins will go out of his way to get Adam Thielen involved earlier in this game.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying, and get the whole offense going. That's why I went right back to Thielen right there.
And then
So-
just eat up.
I like
Right.
Irv Smith in like PPR formats today too. Irv Smith is a streaming tight end you could stream today, especially because the Vikings are going to try to get their offense rolling. So
And just advice to anybody out there putting in these bets with props and stuff. If you do fantasy, I feel like fantasy is so relatable to these prop bets. It's like if you're trying to bet on Cooper Kupp and these guys, you're not going to get great numbers. But if you bet on the guys like the rookies, Chris Olave, the Chase Edmonds, guys that maybe FanDuel doesn't know as well, then you'll get better prices on them. You know what I'm saying? So just try to look at the sleepers and bet on those people, and you'll get better numbers and shit like that. Because the superstars are going to be priced at superstars. That's just how it is.
What's his name? Had a good week last week. He might
Who you
start.
talking about?
Garrett Wilson, yeah, he.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
On
he
the
might-
Jets, right.
He might be stepping it up. And remember,
Exactly.
Flacco's a vet, bro. He's got a Super Bowl. Like, don't sleep on Flacco. Like,
I wonder if Jalen Tolbert's active today because for some reason I feel like the Cowboys haven't been having him active because they want him out there on the field with Gallup and CeeDee Lamb, and they want to bring him along like that. But for some reason they haven't been activating their 3rd-round draft pick, and it's pissing me off.
Wait, he hasn't been active the whole year?
He hasn't been active, bro. He's been practicing and shit, but once the season started, he's just been a healthy scratch. It's weird.
They wasted a spot.
what's crazy is Chris Olave now is our only rookie on the active. All our other rookies are on the IR.
At least he's your best rookie, though.
Our corner Alontae Taylor just got on a fucking IR this week at practice, and he stepped
He's always open, bro.
in against y'all when Lattimore went out, and he actually did good. PJ's the one who got scored.
Yo, is there a chance Jameis gets benched today?
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know because like fucking coach was still talking highly of him, like saying like, oh, I seen something this morning that Dennis Allen says something like, oh, I never once thought about benching Jameis no matter how he was playing. Like he was like, I had all faith in him, like to be the guy. So I don't know.
Who you guys like in the Cowboys-Giants game?
Cowboys Giants. Man, I think it's gonna be tougher than you think.
The division game, it's going to be a tough
You
game.
thought before the season you was gonna run through this motherfucking division. You thought it was only the Eagles. Like the Giants is a little tough. Like
So if the thing is though, like especially if we're talking about bets and the stuff that's on the screen, if Dak Prescott is playing, I don't care what anybody's doing. Dak Prescott's record against the NFC East, you cannot bet against that. My money's on Dak every time we play the NFC
yeah,
East.
but these I agree, but these teams get better too. Like they're not always gonna be the same team.
Well, yeah, they're obviously better, but that doesn't change the fact that numbers are numbers. You know what I mean?
Go out there and put up like 38 and fucking go crazy, but if your defense is giving up just as much points and giving,
Our defense doesn't give up points, bro. The last 2 years Dak played and was fully healthy, the games weren't even close. We have dominated our division. The last time the Eagles even competed against us, Ben DiNucci was our starting quarterback.
you think you guys are gonna shut down Saquon?
Yeah, I think that's their best player. I think Dan Quinn's an elite fucking defensive coordinator. And I think you guys keep talking about our team like, yeah, our offense got question marks, but our defense is top 5 statistically.
No, I know your defense is
show out.
But that's not. But we're talking about if Dak was there. That's what I'm saying. But Dak's not there, so it's the offense.
Our defense has to show up even more than they normally have to. Our defense has to hold them under 20 points.
That's what I say. Like your team is on the same boat as my team because our defense is stout, but it's the offense who's always just shaky with it. Like so,
the Cowboys could beat. The Cowboys could beat every team as long as Dak's out, but the defense has to hold teams to under 20 to 17 points for the Cowboys to win. If we do that, Cooper Rush can win. If a team scores more than 20 points, though, Cooper Rush doesn't have it in him to put up more than 20 points in the game.
Right. We'll see. That's going to be a game tomorrow. Division game.
All good, Abdul. All good. We're about to actually hop off here. The games are starting soon. I'll let you guys all chill. I got to go get food myself so I can kick it for the 1 o'clock games. I'm sure if you guys got questions, you could always hit up Abdul. I mean, I know he offers picks and stuff. I don't know what his prices are, but obviously he's good at what he does. So make sure you guys take care of him. Don't just go hitting him up asking for fucking picks. Isaac, good luck to the Saints. Hopefully Jameis Winston stays healthy. And then tomorrow, we'll see what happens with the Cowboys. Just know that if we win and we continue to win and we can somehow scrape together a few wins and get out of this Dak Prescott injury somehow at least 500. And if we're above 500, ooh, it's going to be scary. I don't care how good those Eagles look. Those games are going to be interesting. That division's not locked up, Eagles fans, especially if the Cowboys can continue to scrape together some wins. So today's a big day. Eagles, you cannot lose this game to the Commanders. You guys lose this game to the Commanders, you're in trouble. No cap. But all right, y'all have a good, safe Sunday. Turn up. Good luck to your teams.
Yeah, guys.
They're the Giants. And stay up.